Kylian Mbappé is currently definitely the best player in the world. But how was the star of PSG, captain of French national team, and currently playing for Real Madrid born? We discuss his problems and successes in more detail in this video. Chapter 1. First steps on the road to glory. His full name is Kylian Mbappé Lotin. He was born on December 20th, 1998 into a family of poor circumstances in a small town 30 minutes from Paris to the city Bonds. He comes from a sports family. His father, Wilfried Mbappé, comes from Cameroon and was a student at a sports school and coached the local club AS Bondy for over 20 years, where he coached his two sons, Kylian and Ethan Mbappé. In addition, current Arsenal star William Saliba and Jonathan Ikone from Fiorentina trained here. His mother, Faiza Lamari, comes from Algeria and also played sports in the past. In particular, she used to play handball. Kylian also has an adopted brother who, coincidentally, is also a former footballer who played, for example, for the French club Rennes. So Kylian had very good prospects for his sports career. As a child, Mbappé went to a private Catholic school in Bondy, where he was considered academically gifted but incompetent. Among his childhood idols were Lionel Messi, Zidane, Ronaldo Nazario, Neymar, Ronaldinho, or Cristiano Ronaldo. As a child, Mbappé received Robinho's AC Milan jersey as a gift from the family of his nanny, who was from Italy and a supporter of the club. However, it will be much important later, but still, his favorite club remained Real Madrid. Before we move on to the next chapter, I would like to ask you to subscribe. You will greatly support me in creating such videos, which are really difficult to prepare, so please click on the subscription. Thank you. And now we can move to the next chapter. Chapter 2. Small steps, big ambitions. Kylian moved to an academy called Clairefontaine, and at that time many big clubs wanted him, such as Manchester City, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Liverpool. But the Spanish giant Real Madrid came closest to that when they invited him to a training session with the U12 category, where this legendary photo with Cristiano Ronaldo was then created. Then he was very close to Chelsea when he was 14 years old, where he even played a friendly match with Charlton Athletic. But in the end, they did not agree on club conditions. In July 2013, at the age of 14, Mbappé joined Monaco's youth academy and signed a 3-year contract. The club beat off competition from Real Madrid and Zinedine Zidane, who was heavily involved in the pursuit of him. In October 2015, Mbappé was brought in by Leonardo Jardim, so he became a mainstay in Monaco's reserve team. He made his debut in the first team 2 months later, on December 2, 2015, in a 1-1 League One home draw against Caen, when he replaced Fabio Coentrão after 88 minutes. Mbappé thus became Monaco's youngest ever first-team player, aged 16 years and 347 days, beating his idol Thierry Henry's previous record in 1994. On 20 February 2016, Mbappé scored his first goal for the club's first team, a stoppage-time goal in a 3-1 league win over Troyes. In March 2016, Mbappé signed his first professional contract, a 3-year deal that tied him to Monaco until June 2019. Mbappé scored the first hat-trick of his first-team career on 14 December 2016 in a 7-0 home win over Rennes in the round of 16 of the Coupe de la Ligue. In the 2017-18 season, Mbappé transferred to PSG for a transfer fee of 180 million euros. The 180 million euro fee made Mbappé the most expensive teenager of all time and the second most expensive player of all time, after teammate Neymar, and broke the record for the biggest transfer within the domestic league. On September 8, 2017, Mbappé made his PSG debut in a 5-1 win at Metz, where he scored a goal. Mbappé won his first league title with PSG, played in the 2-0 win over Les Herbiers in the Coupe de France final on 8 May 2018. On December 8th, Mbappé became the first winner of the Copa Trophy, which France Football awards to the best player in the world under the age of 21. He then won the Player of the Year award and ended the season as the best scorer in the league. Let's move to the 2019-20 season. In May 2020, PSG became League One champions after an interrupted season due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Before the break, PSG were in first place, 12 points ahead of Marseille. Mbappé ended the 2019-20 season as Ligue 1's top scorer with 18 goals. Alongside Monaco's Wissam Ben Yedder, he made his comeback in the Champions League quarter-final against Atalanta on the 12th of August, where he assisted Choupo-Moting's winning goal. PSG eventually lost 1-0 to Bayern Munich in the Champions League final on August 23rd. In the 2020-21 season, Mbappé scored his 100th goal for PSG, becoming only the 5th player in his history to do so. The Ligue 1 campaign ended with 27 goals and became the top scorer for the 3rd consecutive season, and so we move until the next season. Mbappé was booed at the Parc des Princes amid rumors that he wants to join Spanish club Real Madrid. On November 24th, he scored in a 2-1 Champions League defeat to Manchester City. December 12th, 2021, Mbappé scored twice against Monaco in Ligue 1 to reach 100 league goals for PSG. PSG won the Champions League 1-0 over Real Madrid, match of the round of 16. He scored another goal in the second match, making him the second-best scorer in the history of PSG. However, his team was eliminated after losing 3-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu. 21st May 2022. Mbappé extended his contract with PSG until 2025 despite speculation about a possible move to Real Madrid. Let's move straight to his last season at PSG. Since nothing exceptional happened in the 2022-23 season except for the departure of Neymar and Lionel Messi, PSG was in the group of death in the Champions League together with Newcastle, AC Milan, and Dortmund. In September, Mbappé scored PSG's first Champions League goal of the season in a 2-0 win over Borussia Dortmund. On 28th November, Mbappé scored a penalty 8 minutes after the break to salvage a 1-1 draw against Newcastle United and keep PSG in the Champions League. The goal was crucial for the club, who qualified for the knockout stages after a 1-1 draw away to Dortmund on the 13th of December. On 5th March, he scored in a 2-1 away win at Real Sociedad in the Champions League round of 16, securing PSG's qualification for the quarter-finals. On 16th April, he scored twice in a 4-1 away win over Barcelona to help PSG qualify for the Champions League semi-finals after losing the first leg 3-2 at the Parc des Princes. In the semi-finals, PSG was eliminated by Borussia Dortmund after losing 2-0 on aggregate, and then Mbappé announced that he would leave PSG at the end of the season. He played his last match for the club on May 25th, in which PSG's entire victory in the Coupe de France over Lyon. And with this, we will move up to the next chapter. Chapter 3. Dream Come True. On 3 June 2024, La Liga club Real Madrid announced that Mbappé had signed a 5-year contract with the club, 2 days after the club's triumph against Borussia Dortmund in the 2024 UEFA Champions League final, bringing to a close a highly anticipated 7-year transfer saga. On the 16th, Mbappé was introduced as a new Real Madrid player at the Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Later that day, he was given the number 9 shirt, becoming the first Real Madrid player to wear the number since Karim Benzema. His presentation was attended by 80,000 spectators, the same number as Cristiano Ronaldo's presentation in 2009. Mbappé made his debut for Real Madrid on 14 August 2024 in the 2024 UEFA Super Cup against Atalanta, scoring the second goal in a 2-0 win. On 1 September, Mbappé scored his first La Liga goals, both contributing to Real Madrid's 2-0 win against Real Betis. He scored his first goal in the Champions League against Stuttgart, and Real won 3-1. His career in Real Madrid is only at the beginning, but we can hope that with great teammates like Bellingham, Vinicius, Rodrigo, or even legend Modric, he can win many trophies, and that will be the topic of the next chapter of this video. Chapter 4. There is no shortage of trophies. In this chapter, we will focus on the successes achieved by Kylian Mbappé, and he has an awful lot of them. In this chapter, I will focus only on the senior career. In the first senior season 16-17, he won the French Ligue 1 again with Monaco, and that was the only triumph in this season, so we will move on to the next season. This season was much richer in trophies for Mbappé than the last one. Maybe the fact that he transferred to a better club is the reason. He also won Ligue 1 with Monaco, then the French League Cup and the French Cup. He won the World Cup in Russia for the French national team and added the prize for the Best French Player of the Year to the individual awards. In the 18-19 season, he only won Ligue 1 for the club. and to his individual successes, he added the prize for the best French player and was the best scorer in Ligue 1. This season was not very rich in trophies for Kylian Mbappé, but the same cannot be said about the next season 1920, where he won Ligue 1, the French Cup, the French Super Cup, and the French League Cup. And with 18 goals, he became the top scorer in Ligue 1. He also made it to the final of the Champions League, where he was not so lucky. And after PSG dominated the German team for the entire match, they lost 0-1 and did not take home the Champions League trophy. In the next season, Kylian again did well. He managed to win the French Super Cup and the French Cup, where he was also the best scorer. And he was also the best scorer in Ligue 1. He triumphed not only for the club, but also for the national team, where he won the League of Nations and reached the round of 16 at Euro 2020, and was evaluated as the best player of the year from France. In the 21st to 22nd season, stars like Sergio Ramos and Lionel Messi found themselves in the team. Expectations for PSG were high. After all, they had a stellar attack in the form of Lionel Messi, Neymar, and Kylian Mbappé, and the defense was closed by Sergio Ramos and the Brazilian Marquinhos. PSG have only won the French League 1 this season and were knocked out early against Real Madrid in the Champions League. They didn't win either the French Super Cup or the French Cup, so the club didn't do very well. But Kylian had a very good year after an individual fight. He was the best scorer in Ligue 1, where he scored 28 goals and scored 8 goals in the French Cup. The World Cup in Qatar were also held this season, where Kylian was the best scorer and led the French national team throughout the tournament. But as we already know, the final ended in a 3-3 draw, and Kylian scored all 3 goals. But Argentina was successful in penalties, and his teammate Lionel Messi won the entire championship. Kylian Mbappé had to settle for the prize for the best scorer of the tournament, where he scored 8 goals. If you want to see what would happen if France won the World Cup, so watch my video. In the 22-23 season, Mbappé scored 29 goals in Ligue 1 and also won it. In addition, he also won the award for the best French player of the year. The last season in the Parisian jersey was much richer in trophies compared to the last season, when he won Ligue 1, the French Super Cup, and the French Cup. He was the top scorer in 3 competitions in Ligue 1, the French Cup, and the Champions League. But he did not manage to always triumph in the most prestigious competition. We'll see if he manages to win this season 24 out of 25 in Real Madrid, where he already won the UEFA Super Cup. Thank you for watching this video. I will be happy if you leave a like and hit the subscribe button, because this type of videos are very difficult to make. See you in the next week.